Hey everybody, welcome back to my Sylvia's sweet reactions. And today is a movie review of Mean Girls. I am running around with my head chopped off. So on Wednesdays we wear pink. so um I watched Mean Girls on March 31st on a Sunday. And as you can see, I did a lot of note taking. I love note taking. Okay. So, what I did or didn't like about this movie is going to be in this review. Okay. So, first and foremost, I have to say that the cast did an amazing job. This version of Mean Girls is a musical. That I honestly was blindsided when it first came on. No one told me by the trailer. They don't show that it's a musical. You literally find out soon as you start watching the movie that they start singing. Well, talking and then into singing. What I do love is that Moana, I have to give the absolute shout out to the voice actress. I believe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's Louis Carvalho. She plays Janice Ian. She did an amazing job along with Jaquel Spivey as Damon Hubbard, Renee Rapp as Regina George, and Gory Rice as Katie Heron, Vinica Van Den Napu as Karen. Tina Fey, of course, did amazing as Miss Norberry. Jenna Fisher, she did an okay job as Miss Heron. And Busy Phillips, she plays Mrs. George. I actually loved her as a mom. That she didn't beat the original, but I was very convinced that she was Regina George's mother. Um, and BB Wood as Gretchen Wieners. I truly, and I mean truly, love the movie for what it was. So, as you open up the movie, basically, there's a couple differences. So, they emphasize that Katie wants to she wants to be around kids her age. She actually wants to leave. She wants to be around kids her age. So the difference from the original is that the original Katie Haring, which is Lindsay Lohan, she's from Africa. They specifically said that this Katie Haring is from Kenya. The actors, like when I tell you, like the actors made me truly, I don't know why, but like I feel something under here and it's like bothering me. The actors truly did their job for what it was. I don't know how I can basically say that. Truly, compared to the original, basically, I have to say story wise to me, it's basically pretty much the same. There's little bit of differences that you can clearly tell, and I'm going to the difference is that this is a musical. And after watching Wonka, I was turned off from musicals, but I actually like this musical. I don't like that Katie doesn't have her father in this version. In the original version, Katie has a mom and a dad. And I like that in the original version that her mom it was a mom. I'm sorry, but this version, the mom was kind of like giving her what she wanted and was confused on how to basically handle her. But it was like more like she was giving off a friend than a mom compared to the original. I didn't actually like that part. Um, basically the guy who plays Aaron, I'm going to have to say I don't know what it is about his head proportions, but to me the original Aaron, played by Jonathan Bennett, the original Aaron is hot. Yeah, he is. He's gay in real life, but in the movie as Aaron Samuels, he was believable as the hot guy in the school that everybody thought was hot. This guy, I don't know what it was about his face, how his head was shaped, how his hair was. To me, I was like, and he didn't sing. He didn't like sing, so I'm just like, all he had to do was act. So I was just like, y'all could have got a hotter guy. Like for me to believe this teenage girl is going to do all of this stuff to get back at Regina for stealing him away from her, basically. I'm sorry, but the original Aaron Samuels was hot, and I'm not saying that because it's the original. I'm saying it because he was generally hotter than the new guy. Um, the also the difference is that Katie meets this Aaron in AP Calculus, when in the original they were in regular like algebra math. They were in AP Calculus. In this version, the Mrs. Norbury and the principal, in the original version they weren't together, but you kind of got vibes that they kind of dug each other. But what I did like in this version is the fact that he's the principal, she's the teacher, but basically they're together. We don't know, they didn't specify if they were actually married, but from the movie, spoiler alert, sorry, the movie, they're together. That's the comparison that a better part of the movie. What I was a little bit iffy about was the fact that in this version, Janice is, let me put spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, because I'm about to go full dive into this. In this version, if you didn't see the movie, turn back, go watch it. But in this version, Janice is a lesbian. And in this version, I like that Katie and Regina had like a moment in this version about basically they apologize. So I'm gonna go back to the Janice being a lesbian. I don't have a problem with Janice being a lesbian, but I feel like the whole part of the reason why she wanted to get back at her, Janice wanted to get back at her, was the fact that she's not a lesbian. She's just weird. She just has her own unique style and stuff like that, but she's very heterosexual. And Regina made it as if she was a lesbian and made it that she was in love with her and that she was obsessed with her. And then, like, basically guys won't talk to her and everything like that. This version, I did like how they did do it with Janice being a lesbian. They did put that Janice admitted to her, I'm a lesbian. She came out to her because they were best friends. And Regina used that as a weapon. That's pretty messed up. So I think that in this, I don't agree making Janice a lesbian in this version, but it's a nice twist, new twist to the movie that gave it some originality. I do like that Regina and Katie, they had a moment in the bathroom. I wish they had this moment in the original. This is one thing I give the new version a thumbs up on. They had a moment after she gets hit by the bus that they had this kind of like, I apologize for the crap that went down between us, and you're not a bad person. And Regina actually admits to the fact that she's haven't been a good person and she needs to do better. So I am a fan of that version. I like that Gretchen winds up going for the nerdy guy at the end of the movie, because I'm just like, she's very smart. She's very smart, and because she's very smart, you would think that she would be with someone equally as smart, but because she's a girl and she's a mean girl, she can't, be with someone nerdy. But I like that they embraced that at the end. I'm going all over the place because I wrote notes kind of like back and forth. I don't think it would ever. Okay, so the Burn Book. So what I loved about the original is that the original Regina George, she copied it, and she plastered it everywhere around the school. So every girl wound up seeing it, right? And then it became all hell breaks loose. This version, what I did not like is that she just drops it on the floor and she basically let nature take its course. And it started being spreaded around and all this stuff like that. And it was literal chaos. Also in this version, what I didn't like that they didn't add was the fact that the coach was messing around with a teenager. Because the whole reason why in the original they took Mrs. Norberry selling drugs serious was the fact that the coach was messing around with underage girls. And it turned out to be true. That rumor turned out to be true. And that's why they sat there and basically, got really involved with Miss Norberry about selling drugs, because that might have been true too. So to me, when they took that out, it didn't do much for me. It didn't do much for me for why they would really take that serious. It was a rumor, but none of the rumors tended to be true. So how do you know it was a rumor or if it was real? The only reason why in the original version they took it serious was because the coach was actually doing what the rumor stated. I really did not like Katie Heron's mom in this movie, like I also mentioned earlier before. And I'm going to go more into detail. I like that when Katie had the vase got broken because she had the party at the house, she sat there and she was failing math. Her mom laid down some ground rules and was like, "You're grounded." Sorry. She was like, "You're grounded. You are so grounded. You are grounded. You're not allowed to go to the prom. You're only allowed, you're going to the math geeks and all that stuff like that, or whatever. You're going to do stuff that you basically didn't want to do as punishment." Her mom actually was just like, "I'm not putting up with this. This is not the behavior that I'm accepting from you." This mom, her crying, trying to manipulate her mom. Her mom was like, "Wait, what? Huh? What are you talking about?" And then her mom didn't even seem to get mad that a vase was broken and didn't even really inquire why and how it got broken and didn't even put her on punishment. I'm like, I'm a mother of 3. My kids would be under the house if they have a party at my house and stuff get broken. Okay, they will not see their phone for a whole 3 months. They would not be able to go nowhere, no prom, no special after school activity, nothing. Go to school, come back, go to bed. Do your homework, go to bed for 3 months. No, I'm not having that. Wait, what? No. I was not a fan. I was not a fan of the new mom. Sorry. It seemed like Katie kind of like walked all over her from the beginning to the end, and I didn't like that because it was just like you're the parent. You're the parent. Be the parent. So the original mom of Katie Herring to me was better. I stated before that the songs, I was turned off from musicals from Wonka because the songs to me, um, didn't really fit. But or there was no real reason why there was music for that particular part of the story should be in a musical. Um, but basically, in this movie, the songs were specific to each character for a specific reason to push forward the story. It was done better to me, honestly, than Wonka. I'm sorry. I would never watch Wonka again. I truly think that Timothy Chalamet is a phenomenal actor. I just don't like that movie with him in it. All in all, I'll give this movie. Uh, it's funny. Okay, so IMBD gives the original Mean Girls a score of 7.1 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes 84% and Metacritic 66%. And then they have for the for the new version of Mean Girls, they have on IMBD score of 5.7/10, Rotten score on a Rotten Tomato score of 70%, and then on Metacritic 58%. So to me, it like I said, one of the songs I loved was Regina manipulating Aaron Samuels. It's a Halloween party. Everything goes dark. People are like, it was very creative. I feel like it was very creative comedy musical, and I watched it twice on Sunday. Once by myself for you guys to do a review, and then I wound up watching it again with my best friend Lakeisha, um, when she was doing my hair. So I feel like, ooh, I'm tired. I feel like this movie was good. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. And it's the only reason why I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 is because I love the fresh new take of the movie. I love the musical spin on it. I love that it's a comedy because the original Mean Girls is labeled as a comedy drama. And this movie is labeled as a musical comedy. They didn't really go deep dive and take things too serious in this version, and they knew what it was. So I loved it for what it was for me. Would I watch it again? Sure. Did I like the special guest appearances from Megan Thee Stallion and other celebrities? Yes, I did. Did I love the music? Yes, I did. So to me, it was a good movie. It was a solid movie. It stood to me. It stands on its own. I gave it a 4 out of 5. When it comes down to story, when it comes down to characters, I give it a 4 out of 5 because, well, I would say 3.5. Let me put it like that, 3.5 out of 5, because I feel like if every single character was on point. The only reason why, to me, they lost a couple points was because of Christopher Brini, who plays Aaron Samuels, and Jenna Fisher as Miss Heron. To me, they did not embody their characters from the original, even if with a new spin on it. They didn't. To me, they were just there. They weren't, to me, rememberable. To me, their performance wasn't memorable. Everybody else in the movie, their characters and how they portrayed them were memorable. So, yep, that's my take on it. Overall, I'll give it the movie, the characters, the story as a solid 3 out of 5. That's my review on Mean Girls. I hope you guys enjoyed the movie. If you already enjoyed it, I hope you guys like my review. Please let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you later, you guys. Bye.